To all you weebs, you probably know what Children's Day is, or if you've ever lived in Japan. But we're celebrating Children's Day by going over some of our favorite anime children. I'm Minty.
And I'm Annie, and I swear to God, if we do this top 5 and I see Hikaru from Hikaru no Go, I will lose it.
I don't think he was technically... Okay, well, the reason Annie's saying this is because our rule is that they had to be age 10 and younger. It doesn't necessarily mean that they have to be 10 or younger throughout the whole series, but if you put them on the list, it has to be something they've done when they were 10 or younger. I think technically Hikaru no Go, most of it takes place with him after 10, because the whole series kind of starts with him right before he graduates elementary school, so he might be on the cusp of 10, but then I really have nothing to really go off of.
And Minty didn't assure me Hikaru was not on the list, and this is FunUntitled where we serve every podcaster an FU.
I had to put something from Hikaru no Go. I would put Akira Toya.
Alright, you could have just said that. Now we're ranking kids, y'all. Like every time your child says, "Mommy, who do you love better?" we will say Child A.
We will always pick a child. There's no playing fair or anything. It's all favoritism and fight for my love.
God, our children needs therapy. Every single one of them.
So we actually don't know each other's lists at all, unlike other times we've done this, so there may be a repeat. Who knows?
Now, this is my criteria for judging. As someone who hates mascots and children characters, because I feel like they drag the series down with quote-unquote comedy relief, I'm just going off vibes, baby.
That's usually my technique.
Did this child piss me off? No? Alright. You get on the list. Come on in, kids.
I kind of just based mine off of like cuteness and a little bit of what did they attribute to the plot, or what did they attribute to like mean something? What impact did they have? Because as Asians, we live vicariously through our children and we want them to succeed from the get-go.
Oh god, I'm gonna see Yachu from Bleach on this list.
See, I don't know about those kind of characters where they've technically been alive longer than 10 years. So let's get into it. I'll start off with my number 5 because I think my number 5 is a pretty good answer.
My 5 is gonna piss Minty off.
Yeah, so we won't start like that. We'll start with the good answers. My number 5 is Chin-chan.
Alright.
He's a penis-presenting little boy of like some, what do we call it, like a slice of life, gag-like, not really gag-like, but very like comedy, anime. I don't know if it's super well known, but it's a long-running series.
I mean, you watch all of Crayon Chin-chan, and I didn't.
I know, I gotta rewatch that again. It's funny, it's cute, he's the main protagonist, he just does a lot of shit. I wonder if one of us should have put a kid from Ghost Stories.
Oh, but I don't know if we consider the dub.
I mean, that's the only thing we know. I just like Chin-chan. I think he's very cute and funny.
The one scene I remember clearly was him showing his penis as an elephant to his little sister. And I just thought to myself, I don't know if that's legal in America.
I like when he's running around a hot spring just completely naked. Because that show it's like really old, so they really don't care about showing a little boy penis.
The one thing I remember the most also is the episode when they made a whole tub full of milk and then the kids peed in the milk, but they didn't want to tell the mom. So the mom just drank the milk from the tub.
I remember that. See? Last scene to remember involve his penis.
Alright, for my number 5, can we skip it and come back later?
No.
Okay, I'm just doing a vibe check into the universe, and I want to give a shout out to all next gen children. Just if you are a next gen child, I appreciate you existing. Now, here's the thing, I love next gens, okay? I freaking love it, but I hate it when they're poorly done. Like FMA, you just have the kids in a photo, that's fine. Do not ruin it, that's perfection. If you want to go to Boruto and be like, hey, these two men had really fucked up childhoods, so of course when they grew up, they're gonna neglect their child. I'm like, nah, no good. Start over, Kishimoto. So I'm just going to do the good next gen of Bleach did a good job with the whole, I forget what they named Ichigo and Ohime's son, but he went off being a little rascal with his own personality. There's a whole next gen series of Nanatsu no Taizai. I want to give a shout out to those fuckers. Alright, Minty's mad.
We gotta stop this series. It's over.
I had a very hard time thinking of top 5 characters that's under 10. Cause guess what? Every anime website of like the best children, they suck ass or they're over 10.
Why didn't you just pick an anime character that had a really good past of their childhood? Because I told you could have picked like Child Luffy.
I don't know. I didn't like him.
Oh, but you like the wide-ranging vagueness of next-gen children. Just like anyone in that category just counts, even though we don't even know some of them when they were 10 or younger.
Just want to do a shout out to them. This was just a vibe check into the universe. I told you it was going to piss you off. I told you it wasn't a good answer.
Let's dissect the answer a little bit of the examples that you chose. First of all, with the Naruto ones. 1, you don't see any of them under the age of 10 except Himawari. 2, you have not seen this series. And 3, you're basing it on the parenting, which is not what this list is about.
1, I read the whole Salada Gaiden.
Oh, it's 1 volume!
I'm just saying I read it. I know Salada is a character.
It's about Boruto.
And I was saying the Boruto cast was not included in this.
What was included?
The NNT kids, the Bleach kids.
Okay, what do you know about the NNT kids?
We both read the whole Lancelot
the
one
chapter
shot.
Gaidens? What do you know about Tristan?
Oh, I actually do quite know a lot. So, yada 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 yada. That's the
Spoilers.
That's the T.
Spoilers.
I could literally bore you, but it's like such.
And the Bleach ones?
You can't tell me Ichigo Ohime's son isn't cute.
He's cute, but you know literally like 10 pages worth of information.
Okay, 1, I said right off the bat, based off vibes. 2, I don't like children. I don't know what you thought from this list was. My
The
top
other 4 better have fucking names associated with
Gonna have
them.
names. One of them, if you don't have it on your list, you're an idiot.
All Gen 9. I didn't want to be too obvious and put Anya, by the way. Anyways, if I may continue my good list of cat, although number 4, you don't know this character. It is Anne Magnolia from Violet Evergarden.
Yeah, I love that dead mom.
Yes! Okay, so if you haven't seen the series, really quick rundown. It's a story where Violet Evergarden, I think she's actually a mail carrier, but she was writing letters. Actually, she writes letters for people who don't know how to write and they need to send a letter. And she was writing letters for her mom, and this really pissed off the daughter because then the mom, who was terminally ill, was spending her like dying days with this stranger who was writing to write letters for some godly reason when she could be spending her time on Earth with her daughter. And what you find out is that Violet was writing the letters to the daughter for like every birthday from the mom to her, so that way the daughter could still have the mom in her life. And I just think like the way she reacted to everything and the way her life grew up and the way how she was so excited for these letters is just so goddamn cute and very like heartwarming but also heartbreaking at the same time. I love that the series actually kind of goes through some of like the milestones of her birthdays, not like big ones, but like 7, 18, 25, being an adult, being alone. It's so tragically but cute.
1, Minty would not shut up about this. I'm watching like a Violet Evergarden music video and they're like, oh, do you know the importance of this scene? And I'm like, well, I'm gonna find out. 2, that's literally a Lifetime movie. If you remember, there was like a mom dying. She had a little girl and she's like, okay, little girl, don't worry, you're gonna be fine because here's your life path when I'm gone. You're gonna have 7 boyfriends and yada yada yada. And when the girl grows up without her mom, she's like, alright, I have to marry my 7th boyfriend because that's what my mom told me when I was 5.
I'm sorry, you shitting on my choice?
I'm not shitting your choice. I'm just
Miss,
telling you.
All of Next Gen?
I'm just telling you there's a Lifetime movie about that.
Miss, if you were a protagonist and you had a baby, you are considered one of the top 5 children on my list?
Hell yeah, this goes out to everyone who had sex.
Or adopted.
Oh well.
Go on to shitty number 4.
My number 4, again, just vibes, is TK from Digimon.
Oh my fucking... And you're counting only Adventure 1.
Yeah, I am.
That shitty kid has done nothing
That
except...
funky little dude with a little hat.
Yeah!
You're being very negative towards my list.
I'm sorry, he also said, Matt!
I'm sorry, who's Matt? Do you mean Yamato?
And what's TK's Japanese name?
Takeshi.
Is it Takeshi or Takeru?
Takeru.
I don't know. I really don't know.
Nah. Yeah, you had that little Patamon, and that Patamon turned into an angel man.
You tell me what TK did in the first series.
He did TKO.
Shut up. No, he did not.
Just vibes, man. Just sweet, sweet vibes. I could have picked Kori, but Kori did less than TK.
I almost would have picked Kari. I think she's very cute.
But that's just because she doesn't have the stupid hat.
She's got a movie and a whistle.
Oh yeah, I should have picked Kori. Can I change my answer to Kori and Tai from the movie specifically?
You want to
against the
think
parrot.
specifically the movie of when they're taking care of like Koromon and then watching him evolve, and then they had to watch Greymon fight the Parrotmon.
Yeah, that was cute.
I don't know why. We were obsessed with that movie, and that movie was not even that good.
When we were wee children, we was more obsessed with Digimon than Pokemon. And just like people who picked Sega over Nintendo, we quickly realized we was on the losing team and we jumped.
To be fair though, Digimon Season 1 is better than Pokemon Season 1, but Pokemon has the games and the longevity. Digimon just got too complicated to keep going. I mean, technically it's still ongoing, but we all know who's winning the battle.
How dare you say that when Digimon Con happened several months ago? I don't see any Pokemon Con.
Why isn't there a Pokemon Con?
It's too big, man.
I guess so. I think cons are either to be like vague or like to a specific niche of people that can't find their shit anywhere else.
I guess you can say cons have their pros and cons.
Anyways, besides your shitty choice, my number 3 is Eri from My Hero Academia. She's just so cute. And she's gone through a shit ton with like the whole mafia and her powers and then like them using her for the drugs.
Yeah, you know, I thought about putting Eri because the whole how excited she was watching the school concert and then with her relationship with Mirio, especially when she did that redacted thing with Mirio later on.
You know why? Because I think technically you haven't read or watched those scenes with Eri.
Hell yeah, baby! I don't know well, I hardly know anything about that. Like she was introduced. I know the beginning half, and then I didn't read the end.
Yeah, because we watched the beginning, the first half of season 3, and then we were like, oh, I don't know if I want to watch Mirio.
Redacted.
Yeah, so it's like let's just wait for a good time, and that good time just never came, and we just gotta buckle down one day and watch it or read it. I read it already. That's why I put Eri on my list.
I like the part where Nijiri puts her hair in pigtails. I do not care for the Eraserhead being her dad headcanons.
What about her past? What about the impact to the story she played?
I didn't read it.
Damn you and your resistance to watch anime and read manga.
I have some kind of executive dysfunction of where I'm afraid to get promoted to executive of a company. And the one thing that will shoe me in for that promotion is reading My Hero Academia.
Oh, what you'll read? Fairy Tale, 100-Year Quest, and what's the 7 Sins one? Apocalypse?
Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse.
4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse. Those are mangas you'll read.
I literally read Fairy Tale 100-Year Quest in front of you. You notice how fast I skim it.
You read Black Clover.
Yeah.
So don't give me some bullshit.
Executive dysfunction. Moving on. My number 3 is... I put Suika from Dr. Stone.
Oh, I actually should have put her on my list. But I think technically I like the things that she does after she's 10.
Hey, she's still, you know, that's her growing up and doing it.
No, but sure. That's a good choice.
I mean, from the get-go, she was this girl who couldn't see, and the only way she could see is putting her head in a watermelon, but she still wanted to help Kohaku and Strange Stranger.
Oh, the sunflower scene.
The sunflower scene.
Oh my god, the sunflower scene is so cute.
And then Rusui punted her off the ship.
I mean, I think as people with glasses, and especially since I have really bad eyesight, and I can't imagine going through the world blind, it's just a nice, like, moment. And you really know the importance of sight.
Atsuka is very cute and very useful, surprisingly.
Yeah, and she had a dog.
Yes, she did. His name was Chalk.
Like hopscotch chalk?
Yeah, because everyone in that village was named after minerals.
I don't know if chalk is a mineral.
Well, I don't know what the pig was named. His name was Sugara.
Interesting. Alright. Maybe you this one prove at this point. Maybe. You have 2 against you and 1 for you.
I'll tell you now, my number 1 is apparently a cheat code. We didn't agree on not putting her on.
No, I mean, we'll talk about your number 1 later. What are we on? Number 2?
Number 2.
My number 2 is Nina Tucker from Fullmetal Alchemist.
You basic
You know
ass
what?
bitch.
I don't have to explain myself.
Every single top 10 anime children had Nina and Eri on their list. If you have Alucard from Hunter x Hunter as number 1, then you are the most basic bitch, and you have no right to judge me.
I wanted to put Alucard, but she's 11.
Okay.
So I guess there's not much to talk about Nina, right? She's just super cute. She was always hanging out with Ed and Al. She was their stress relief. She just wanted to have fun. She was very lonely, so when these 2 guys came who were not really near her age, but you know, they were children enough, right? Because I don't think many children were coming around. It was just a way for her to bond with people, and her dad turned her and her dog into a chimera hybrid of a dog that could talk human, and it's so sad for you to know that he would do this to his own child, and she does not have the consciousness to realize what's happening, except to know that when she sees Ed and Al, it's like, hey, friends, let's play. You know, kind of like a dog, and that just drives Ed and Al like to tears that he would do this to his daughter. It's a heart-wrenching scene, especially to watch as a child.
You basic
You
ass
know
bitch,
what?
judging me for TK. Should I mention TK came from a broken home and this summer camp was his only time he could spend with his big brother?
Fuck that. That's just like a modern day storyline.
This is fantasy. You come back to me when TK turns into a dog.
There's grit with Nina and Alexander. It's like, oh my god, I can't believe you would do this.
That's 3 tragic children you put on this list so far.
I said cuteness and impact of the story, or like whatever impact they have. Yours was literally just vibes.
And I'll never apologize.
You know what I was gonna say? With vibes, you can literally put anyone, and you did. You put the fucking next gen as your number fucking 5.
And I hear the audience cheer for me for being so brave. I'm here for you, audience. The one person who actually likes Next Gen.
You looked through a list of best anime children, and you said Alika, Eri, and Nina were all on that list. So you couldn't think to put at least one of them on your list?
I wouldn't know how to parade them around without being a basic bitch at Macy's.
Your personality trait is basic. When we did the Annie analysis, the major theme was that you are a basic bitch.
No, we found out I had a maid kink, okay? What we really found out via the analysis was that I could rip you a new one back and forth, okay? So simmer down, child, and then let me do my number 2 from the same series as Nina is Ed and Al, specifically. And, you say
You're a terrible person.
say it.
Annie's talking specifically when Ed and Al were children who lost their mother, grieved, and they studied alchemy from their father's book so that they could bring her to life, but unfortunately they failed to do so. They created a blob of flesh, and Ed lost his left leg, Al lost his body, so Ed sacrificed his right arm to bring the soul back and put it in a suit of armor. To be fair, that's a good answer.
That's the best answer so far.
I mean, specifically Ed.
Specifically him losing his mom, almost killing his brother, and then like a day later was fired up to become a state alchemist. And then he had to get a very painful operation to get a prosthetic arm.
Oh, yeah. I actually would have put Ed and Al's number 1 then.
Well, I just like the number 1, but I didn't.
Because, I mean, in almost every category, Edward beats Anya.
From Spike's family. Hey, I'm gonna be real G with you. Did not look up if he's actually 10 or under.
I would assume he is.
Because I could have sworn he became a state alchemist at 12, so you needed at least 2 years to get used to the limbs.
Yeah, so I would assume he is 10 and younger. And we definitely know the whole bringing back the mom was before 10.
So, my OG Edward, I think for me, I thought it was a little bit of a cheat to do just the childhood selves.
I mean, kind of fair. I kind of tried to keep it more 10 and younger, but I did choose my number 1 because it's kind of a moment that's kind of stuck with me growing up because it's like strange. So my number 1 is actually Ino Yamanaka.
What?
From Naruto. Because I like the scene, her protecting Sakura from the bullies and giving Sakura the confidence to not be so ashamed of herself.
Hey y'all, what I'm about to say, I want the context. I am a giant Ino Yamanaka fan, okay? She is my favorite character in Naruto, and I will die for my queen. But this is when I stand on my soapbox and say, you put Ino Yamanaka as your number 1. Because yes, did she do all those things? Yes. Did she also get really petty and hateful towards Sakura like a year later?
Okay, 2 things. 1, she's like 10 and younger. 2, at that point, Sakura had a lot of confidence to do what she wanted to do and fight up against Ino. So it wasn't like Ino started bullying Sakura. She built Sakura up and then said, we're rivals.
I mean, I guess, but of all the, of all your answers, you went so left field for your first one.
Well, this was very personal.
Alright.
Because I think a lot of them do like Shin-chan's the protagonist. And Ken, Nina, and Eri have like tragic past, and they bring something to the story, especially to the protagonist. But Yamanaka, it was just basically, I felt like she was doing very like mature moves, but not like totally like I couldn't see a child doing this. It's just basically she was a kid who had a lot of confidence because she was good at like flower arrangement, and that was like one of the main things they did for kunoichis. And
Sexism.
well, sure. Damn it, you ruined my train of thought, you
Go,
piece
man.
of shit. But you know what I'm trying to get at is basically, I don't think I've seen another, not even like another character that did what she did for Sakura, especially at that young age.
I mean, yeah, if I had an anime character that gave me self-esteem as a child, I would probably put that as number 1 too.
I mean, she didn't give me self-esteem, but she gave Sakura, who I didn't really like Sakura at that moment, but I don't know, I was really relating with the scene and just thinking like, this is really cool. I think I was just a shy kid, and then like, I guess I did better when people approached me than me approaching other people. And I also like plants.
Yeah, I mean, sing your truth, man. Now, my number 1 was kid number 5 from anime, Kobayashi Maid Sama. Yep, that's my number 1. No, I'm just kidding. It's Anya from Spy X Family.
She's 4.
She's
pretending to be a 6-year-old.
She's very cute. And just like her imagination. Like that one chapter that really stuck with me is how her friend, who is 2 years older than her, wanted to marry her dad and become her mom. And Anya, all she thought was, oh, she's gonna buy me food. Yeah, okay. Yeah, do that. And I was like, you are so sweet and innocent and pure. I love you so much. I would give you the world.
I don't get me wrong, Spy X Family is an amazing series, and especially because she is just this little orphan girl who's living her best life and is taking full advantage of everything. She doesn't necessarily succeed, but it's just so pure and innocent, and it's just like you're rooting for her to have like the most wildest expectation from people.
But she would have been your number 1 if you didn't put Ino, right? Or do you think Ino still would have been Anya?
I don't know, that one's hard to compare. It's a little bit of apples and oranges.
Alright, well, luckily I won't make you choose because we're just ending this episode. Thanks for joining when Minty was really mean to Annie and Annie was just chilling.
I hate you. I'm not doing this again if you're gonna pick shit like your number 5.
Okay, real fast. Do you not know how much next gen mean to me?
I think the next gen that you make for characters means a lot to you. I don't necessarily think official next gen means shit to you.
Alright, this is your hetero comp representative signing off for today.
Isn't that a bad thing to say about yourself?
Bye.